Hey everyone, it's Smokey. With all the new 9.2 data coming out, I wanted to give my thoughts on all the new tank tier sets that have just come out. Specifically, just tanks, nothing else. All these sets can and probably will change at any time from now till the patch, but just an initial take on what we have so far. I made a little system to rank all of these sets based on 25 points, 5 for each category. This is just my thoughts, just kind of how to see them on paper. So I'll show that to you right now. So the first category being positive synergy. This can be with a current LEGO talent or ability or spell or all of them. It's just some type of way that this set bonus is going to make that feel better and work in with the class really well. I just want to see them work well with the tools that we have at the moment. Second being playstyle changes, so we want them to obviously feel better to play with and make maybe a class feel easier to play that's not easy to play at the moment, and just make the class feel smoother. Obviously this is going to be really hard to tell without playing with it, but on paper we can kind of think about how this might feel. Next being fun, exciting, and or engaging. Obviously I think this one's pretty self-explanatory, but does the legendary just make the idea of the class or spec just more fun, or engaging, where you have to really kind of do something you didn't have to do before when you were playing this spec. Unique, it's just something we haven't seen before, so points that would might be taken off here would be like, an old talent, just a copy and paste of an old talent maybe, or an old Azurite trait maybe coming back. I haven't looked at all of them at this moment, but I think most of them are not complete copy paste from before, but we'll find out. And future potential is if we think this can come back as a talent, or maybe a future legendary, or some other kind of bonus that we might like to see in the future, depending on how good or bad this is. And again, this is one that we might have to, can't really know until we play with it, but we can kind of get an idea. So let's first look at Bear or Guardian. So casting Barkskin can cause you to berserk for 4 seconds. That alone sounds really strong. It does work with Incarnation, so if you're Incarn or Bark, Incarn or Berserk, whatever you're running, you'll get for 4 seconds. You're always running the Unchecked Aggression talent, so you're just getting a massive haste increase every 50 seconds or so, and you're also just getting that incredible amount of damage and tankiness. So this sounds crazy strong. This is the highlight of this entire set bonus, is the 2-piece, which is amazing because I've seen the Windwalker Monk one where it's just like 40% increased damage to Fist of Fury, and I don't know anything about Windwalker, but that itself is kind of boring. Just a flat percent of increase this, or just a flat, reduced damage taken for that is boring. But casting one ability and getting another one, that sounds cool. That's exciting. So while Berserk, you radiate cosmic damage to nearby allies and heal yourself every 1 second. So obviously this has to work with the Barkskin. So for 4 seconds, every 1 second you're healing and doing damage to the targets around you. This is going to be incredibly good for snap threat. When you press your Incarn, just because you press Incarn doesn't mean you have threat. You still have to get those thrashes out, but this is going to help you get that snap threat. But pretty much after that, I think the healing is pretty insignificant when you have your real Incarn up. But the damage will feel nice to start, but once you kind of get ramped up, this isn't going to feel crazy different either. But during your Barkskin ones, this is going to feel so strong. You have snap threat, you have good healing. It turns Barkskin into a stronger defensive just because it heals yourself. It also makes it an offensive because you're doing damage now, and not to mention you're also getting Incarnation or Berserk. So all of these together is going to be super freaking strong. So let's bust out the list here. So first is going to be positive synergy. This has to get a 4. it synergizes pretty much. No, I gotta give it a 5. It synergizes with literally everything except for your Ursox Lego. But I mean, that's just one thing down. I mean, it has a Lego it could synergize with the Barkskin Lego if you want to run that in Raid. It synergizes well with Barkskin itself. It synergizes well with your Berserk or your Incarnation. It fixes some of the gaps or issues that you might have now. So that is amazing to see. Positive playstyle or change. I'm gonna give it a 4. It doesn't change much within your Incarn outside of the initial threat, but when your Barkskin button becomes a huge CD, that is gonna be fun to play around, and it's gonna make Bear feel way better outside of your 3-minute class. It's not gonna feel like you have all your eggs in one basket anymore. You have potential outside, which is fun. Fun and exciting. I am excited to just get in there and feel this out. This is gonna be super cool to play with. And I think it is going to be engaging. It's going to be timing those those Barkskins up and figuring everything out and lining everything up and making it feel good. So this is got to be a 5. Unique. This is very unique. This is something that I don't think we've ever seen anything like this before. Maybe similar to Vision of Perfection, but that was RNG, and this is very consistent. And I like the idea of being able to control when you have the strength by pressing Barkskin. So I'm excited for that. I'm gonna give it a 5. And for future potential, I don't know if we'll ever see the 2 set make a comeback as like a talent, but as a legendary, I think it's very likely. As a talent, that'd be so strong. I think we could see the 4 set come back as a talent though. Maybe a hot take, but I like the idea that it says like cosmic damage. Maybe this comes back as Galactic Guardian, like a rework for it, right? Like while you're berserked, you're doing that cosmic damage in Galactic Guardian. I feel like it kind of fits the theme. So something maybe we could see. So yeah, definitely think this has some future potential for sure. Prop Paladin. I mean, this alone, I read this one earlier. It seems nuts. So, casting, this 2 set. Casting Shield of the Righteous increases your block chance by 4% for 15 seconds, stacking up 3 times. That itself is just insane. I mean, that's, what, 12% more block chance? I want to know if this counts towards your spell block chance if you're running Holy Shield. I doubt it will. I think it probably like have to say something, but even then, it's still a lot. Now, again, this on its own isn't crazy. This is where things get fun. Blocking an attack has a 33% chance to cast Judgment at your attacker. That's for every single individual instance of a blocked ability has a 33% chance to cast a Judgment at your attacker. You're already blocking a lot. With the 2 set, you're blocking even more, and now you get to do bonus damage for blocking an attack. This is nuts. This, I believe, synergizes with a legendary, the Judgment one, where it makes your next Holy Spender has a chance to make your next Holy Spender cost 1 less. But I don't think it really synergizes with like Avenging Shield or Avenging Wrath or anything like that. But it definitely is going to make you do a lot more damage and feel a little bit tankier. And Prop Paladin's in a good state right now, and I think this is just going to make it feel better. So positive synergy, I'm actually going to give it a 3 because I don't think it really synergizes with anything in particularly greatly, because it's really the same playstyle. It's just going to get rewarded more for your blocks, and you also get more holy power, assuming that the judgments that you get from blocking give you holy power. Positive playstyle change, I'm going to give this a 3 as well. I don't think it changes too much of your playstyle, except for the fact that you're, again, like I said, just getting that more holy power, so more damage, more throughput. Fun, exciting, engaging. This has got to be a 5. This is exciting to see. I'm sure it's going to be super fun to play, just to get to see all those hammers go all over the place. I'm excited to get to see this one in action and also get to play with it. Unique. That 4 set sounds pretty unique. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. And Casting Shield of the Righteous, giving that block chance, that seems like something we might have had before. But definitely the 4 set's going to be there, so I'm going to give it a 4 there. With the future potential, I think the 2 set could 100% come back as a talent. something we could see there. And maybe even the 4 set coming back as a legendary or a talent could be interesting. Maybe with some tuning, you can make it maybe proc less or something, but definitely something we could see. I think that's a 5. All right, on to the next one, Warrior. Prot Warrior has a 2 set of consuming 30 rage, granting a stack of outbursts. Upon reaching 8 stacks of outburst, your next shield slam or thunderclap are 200% more effective, or your next ignore pain is 50% more effective. Wow. Your 4 set, Avatar increases your damage dealt by an initial 10% and decreases damage taken by 10%. Avatar instantly grants 8 stacks of outburst. So Avatar instantly makes your next thunderclap 200% more effective. Nutty. Okay. So let's see here. With your playstyle that I'm assuming most probably are still playing Kyrian, even if you're playing Knife A too, as Prot Warrior, you're going to be generating a pretty good amount of rage, especially with your Conduit 2, with your Last Resort. You do have a lot of rage. And as Prot Warriors and Warrior in general just scales well with the tier, we're definitely going to see them getting more rage because they're just getting more stats, more haste, more versatility. Obviously, versatility doesn't make you spend more, lose more rage, but you know. This is cool. Way more single target prio damage or a lot of thunderclap damage. Kind of gonna see a little bit of that thunderclap spamming come back, kind of similar to that BFA where we were at. But that's really cool. I think something I might need to see, and again, maybe these numbers might be tuned, but this number needs to be closer to this 200% number. Make it a little bit more of an interesting decision. Because it's too easy just to say I'm always gonna thunderclap, because that's kind of like where I'm at right now. I don't think I'd ever be in this situation where I'm gonna be like, I need this ignore pain. Maybe if I knew there was a massive instance of damage coming, but even then I think I'd rather still take the prio damage or the AoE damage, either or. This one right here, Avatar increasing your damage dealt by initial 10%, whatever, not crazy, but the decreased damage taken is really nice. I think this is going to synergize really well with anger management and getting more avatars back. I'm excited to see this. I think this is going to definitely make warriors do way more DPS. It doesn't really change much about their tankiness outside of this decreased damage taken, but only a 10% DR isn't insane, but it's still pretty nice to have. I don't think anybody's complaining about it, but this is definitely just a flat DPS increase, and warriors already do insane AoE damage, like crazy AoE. So this could be pretty nuts with warrior DPS. Within raid, I think this is going to be awesome. And Mythic Plus, I don't think this is going to feel... It's not going to feel bad, that's for sure. I mean, especially the 2 set. But I don't think the 4 set... I mean, the 4 set will be good too, but I don't think it's going to be like... I don't think it's going to change much, right? Because it's just like, boom, Avatar, Thunderclap, whatever. Generate all that rage, boom, Thunderclap, whatever. It's just going to be Thunderclapping a lot. Which, that Thunderclap spam isn't crazy interesting. So, positive synergy. I'm going to give it a 4. I think it synergizes really well with the talent within anger management. I don't think it necessarily synergizes with the legendary you're running, which is Reprisal. I can't imagine that legendary would change because it's just free shield block up time. Playstyle changes. I'm gonna give it a 5 because you're obviously playing a new talent, and you're also gonna have to manage those stacks. You don't want to be proccing at the wrong times if you're proccing outside of an avatar. But if you're proccing with an avatar, you also want to make sure you're managing that as well. So I think this is a good playstyle change. Fun and exciting. I think it's a 3. I don't think this is particularly exciting to play. I think it's always fun to do more damage. But I don't think it's going to do much else outside of that. It's not going to make you tankier or anything in that department. It's just like, boom, do more damage. That's it. I mean, you'll definitely feel those big thunderclaps. I don't think you'll feel much about the ignore pain. It's going to make your avatars feel pretty nice too, with the more damage and decreased damage taken. Unique is a 5. I like the idea of getting rewarded for spending rage. I know I did a lot of damage on my Prot Warrior where I kind of stopped spending rage, and I would stockpile it just so I can get some big ignore pains up, because I just felt like I was kind of wasting rage with all the damage dumps I would do. Obviously you're getting damage still, but I just didn't want to be caught empty-handed, and this definitely makes it worth, right? Because you're going to be getting those big DPS increases. Future potential. I think the 4 set has some future potential to be seen as a talent or something pretty soon. Maybe not the outburst part, but the increased damage and damage dealt. I mean, huge damage and damage dealt increase. Definitely. I don't think that the 2 set will. I think that would only ever have to be a legendary. So that would be a 4 for me. Let's talk Brewmaster. So your 2 set looks like it's gonna be targets ignited by Breath of Fire deal an additional 4% less damage to you. That's kind of what I was talking about earlier. Like, these aren't, you don't like to read these lines. But anyways, Breath of Fire empowers your next Tiger Palm or Blackout Kick, increasing shuffle duration and brew cooldown reduction by 100%. So I'm kind of not excited by the path they took here. That it's kind of Breath of Fire oriented. Definitely could have been something more interesting here, but I think we might maybe I wanted to see something more Keg Smash oriented, but I don't know how I would want that done. But targets ignited by Breath of Fire, I mean, it's just a 4% DR. I mean, it doesn't change anything. It's not like you get to press Breath of Fire more. It's not like you press it less. It doesn't do more damage. It's just a flat DR. So there you go. Breath of Fire encourages your next Tiger Palm or Blackout Kick to increase shuffle duration and brew cooldown reduction. This is, might as well not even be in there. I mean, you already have stupid high shuffle uptime. So I don't think that matters. But brew CDR. Now that is good to see, because it's going to be rewarding with your Celestials, that's for sure. So I think this is going to be big in that department, and that's really where everything in this LEGO comes from, is just this specifically. I want to know what the Sims say and how much CDR you're looking at here, of how many times you can Breath of Fire, get a Tire Bomb, and then reduce the CDR on it. I would like to see what that looks like on paper, but we do not know that right now. So positive synergy, I'm gonna give it a 3 because it synergizes. I guess I give it a 4. It synergizes really well with Breath of Fire, obviously, because you're pressing that same, and it does synergize well with your other abilities like Tiger Palm and your CDR you're getting. But this is like a low 4 for me. Like, I'm kind of disappointed that they chose the Breath of Fire route. It does synergize really well, but I would like it to synergize in a different way, I guess. Playstyle change. Community 2. I don't think it changes your playstyle at all. Literally at all. You press Breath of Fire at the same times. The CDR maybe is the only thing that's going to change your playstyle. So that's all that I would give it there. Fun, exciting, and engaging. I think this is also a 2. I don't think this is crazy fun and exciting. Doesn't really change much. Doesn't bring anything new, fresh. So I think it lacks in those departments. Unique. It's most definitely unique and something we haven't seen before, but it's not like a refreshing unique, like oh wow, we haven't seen this before, like that bark skin kind of one was really unique. So maybe it was bad that I saw Bear first, because kind of holding everything up to that standard. Can I give it a 3? Future potential. I think maybe the Breath of Fire one could come back as like a talent, and I think the CDR one could go back as a talent too. I think I'd give it a 5 in this. I think we'll definitely see something like this again come up in the future. Alright, Demon Hunters. Let's see here. Vengeance. Burning Hunger, 2 set. Damage dealt by Immolation Aura has a 10% chance to generate a Lesser Soul Fragment. Okay. Not where I wanted the set bonus to go, unfortunately. Rapacious Hunger. Consuming a Lesser Soul Fragment has a 100% chance to grant you 2 seconds of Immolation Aura. or extending an existing immolation aura by 2%. This makes me sad. I don't think we're happy with this at all. Yeah, so let's look here. So positive synergy. Yes, this synergizes perfectly with Immolation Aura, because you're just going to be getting more uptime on it. It's going to synergize well with your consuming soul abilities. So I'll give it a 4 in there. I don't think it synergizes with literally anything else at all besides Immolation Aura. But the things it does synergize with, it synergizes well with. Playstyle changes. This has to be a 0. It does nothing different besides increased Immolation Aura uptime, and Immolation Aura is already a press and forget kind of button. Fun and engaging. This does nothing for me on paper. This might have to be a play with it, and maybe I like it and have more fun with it. But this does nothing. It's just a flat damage increase, and that's about it. That's it. There's nothing fun about that. It's just, hey, do more damage. It's like, okay, whatever. Unique. I mean, I guess it's unique to Immolation Aura. I mean, that's pretty cool, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I'll give it a 4 in unique. It's kind of getting the strong points in the very wrong categories. Future potential. I think both of these have future potential to come back individually as talents or sub bonuses or legendaries, but I don't think it's going to be something people are going to be begging back for. I will give it a 4 just because I kind of tilted by that, I guess you could say. Not really tilted, but just disappointed. That's really unfortunate to see. I think I would like to see something done with Demon Spikes here, like Demon Spikes does more damage, and maybe consuming fragments increase the duration of Demon Spikes, get more uptime with it, or consuming soul fragments reduce the cooldown on like Fel Devastation or Demon Spikes, or like an and/or kind of thing. Or maybe like reduce meta CDR. But I don't think I wanted to see extend Immolation Aura. Maybe after like consuming a large amount of soul fragments, it increases your metamorphosis or grants you, like if they change that, that'd be pretty cool. Obviously not for every level soul fragment, maybe like every 20 soul fragments it grants you 2 seconds of metamorphosis and or extends your current metamorphosis. So that's disappointing to see. Alright, on to the next one, Blood Knight. I read this one earlier. This was one of the first ones I read, and I actually really like this 2 set here. So Heart Strike increases your strength by 1% and the duration of Dancing Rune Weapon by 0.5 seconds, persisting for 10 seconds after Dancing Rune Weapon ends. Parrying an attack Parrying an attack causes your weapon to lash out. Hard striking your attack, your Dancing Rune Weapon now summons 2 rune weapons. Okay, so this is where things get interesting for me. I think this 2 set needs a little more clarification, or maybe we just have to test it ourselves to find out. Does this stack? It should. I think it should. I'm not saying it will, but it should. Like a 5% stacking to up to 1% stacking up to 5 would be good. And the duration of Dancing Rune Weapon by 5 seconds. This is just a one-time thing? Is this a constant? Like, can you just farm it back really quickly if you spend it quick enough? Something I want to know. Persisting for 10 seconds after... Oh no. Persisting after 10 seconds after your Dancing Rune Weapon ends sounds pretty cool. Oh, I just lost it. Here it is. Okay. Sounds pretty cool. I like having the idea of getting kind of like a mini CD after your CD ends, so you don't feel immediately weak right after it ends, so I like that. Parrying an attack causes your weapon to lash out, hard striking your attacker. This is cool. This is just a flat damage increase, and that's something Blood DK needed to see. And Dancing Rune Weapon out summons 2 rune weapons. I don't know if you benefit much more from having a second one besides just more damage. I could be wrong on that, but again, I think this is a good, honest set bonus. I don't think you could be upset with this. It's Blood DK. So let's rate this out. Alright, so positive synergy. Synergizes incredibly well with Rune Weapon and Heart Strike. Gotta be a 5. Positive playstyle changes. This will probably be a 3. I don't think it changes much on your playstyle. Obviously, you're farming back your Rune Weapons with a little bit of CDR. You're getting those parries, do a little bit more damage. Obviously, it's going to be really a prio to make sure you're parrying stuff as you already should be as a Blood DK, so that's cool. Fun and exciting. I think this is exciting to see, like for farming back your CDs. I think it's always nice to get CDs back quicker as a tank. Obviously, you always want to have your buttons ready to go, so that's good. And just increasing your raw stats is nice. I think it's exciting to see that Blood DK might be really strong. I mean, it's competing in some top Ds right now, and it's really good in the world first race every tier. So this is not bad. Unique. I think this is really unique. I think this everything unique about this except for the double dancing Rune Weapon. This all seems pretty new to me. Maybe the heart strength is your strength isn't, but that's pretty cool. Future potential. I think both of these have future potentials individually and together to increase your strength. Yeah, I think these are both really cool. I think these are two really good set bonuses together. I think I wouldn't be upset if this was like even a 4 set, and if now then this is a 4 set too. Like these work together. These work off each other really well too. I think we definitely could see this coming back. So that's gonna be a 4. All right, let's see here. So we got 4, 8, 12. Like a 12 for the DH and what? It's a 24. So obviously Bear's coming in first. Bear seems really good. It's already really good right now. It's just only gonna get better. So we'll see what happens. That seems really good to know. I'm really sad with the Demon Hunter ones. I really enjoy Demon Hunter. I would like to see something better than this. This seems a little disappointing. My honorable mention is probably gonna be Prop Paladin. Even though Warriors might have scored higher, I think it scored higher. The Prop Paladin is gonna be, oh, they scored the same, I think. Prop Paladin's gonna be really fun just because the amount of damage you're gonna get and how much holy power you're gonna generate. So this is something I'd keep my eye out for. Prop Paladin's already fun now, and it's just gonna get even better. So yeah. Alright, well, thanks for watching, guys. Please like, subscribe, leave any comments or questions down below. And that is all. Thank you, and I will see you in the next one.